time to get back to it. So, hopefully I had a BRB, a good BRB. We have on the docket a couple of things that we need to do. Number one, we need to say goodbye to this urban mech once again, because I swear this Irby has had the worst go of it. Because we've put it back together, put a bunch of mortars on it, spent a bunch of time and money rebuilding it, thinking that I wasn't gonna get any more mechs, and then we just got 2 mechs. So we're not gonna sell it, we're just gonna store it. I wonder if you can make margaritas with ecto coolers. I would assume so. It wouldn't taste like a traditional margarita, but I mean, you could basically make the margarita the way... You could make the margarita the way you would normally make a margarita, and instead of using a mix, just use ecto cooler. But then at that point, it's basically just ecto cooler and tequila? But I'm 100% in support of that. Anyway, chat. So, what are we going to do to replace... I'm sorry. Okay, there... I was like, where's my blackjack? What are we gonna do to replace the mortar platform that was the the Irby? I'm thinking we can use the Blackjack Omni to do that. We could also potentially use, the Hollander as well. However, Crappy has already laid claim to the Hollander, so I kind of have to refit that one. With that being said, things that I can get rid of, or things that I want to get rid of. Because we didn't really make a whole lot of money on that previous mission, so I think we need to clear out a little bit of this. Let me see. I'm keeping the elemental parts just in case we happen to come across enough to get elementals. I said before, I'm probably not going to use battle armor unless it's clan elementals, or some of the other extremely ridiculous versions of battle armor. So I'm keeping the elemental parts just in case. Killing one of the Owens in favor of the Blackjack is a good idea. Yeah, that was going to be the next thing I had to think about was we need to build 2 mechs, so I got to think of what's the other mech that we're going to get rid of. Normally I would keep the Commando, but we'll just scrap it. Get him out of here. Not gonna build a Valkyrie. Get that out of here. Definitely not gonna build a Javelin. Get that shit out of here. I don't need extra urban mech parts, although I guess technically I could build another one, but we've already got 2 urban mechs in the hold. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sell the extra parts that we have. Yes, I know there are some good variants in here that would be fun to rebuild. The only problem is I would have to find another part of each of those in order to make anything out of them. We got the Nighthawk. I mean, we're trying to get out of the light mech game, so I'm going to go ahead and sell the part for that one. We've already got 2 Owens, so I don't think we need 2 more or another one. Go ahead and sell that. I kind of want to hang on to the Tortoise. Just in case. Because even at 35 tons, chat, listen. 35 tons with 1,000 armor. But then again, how often are we actually going to run into the Tortoise? Nah, unfortunately, Cody, I wouldn't have been able to build the Irby because in order to build parts... In order to build a mech from multiple variants, you have to have at least 2 parts of one. And unfortunately, I only had 1 part of each, so we would not have been able to build an Irby from that. You gotta have 2 parts of one variant. Yeah, I don't... As much as I like the idea of the tortoise, I really don't think that we're gonna run into another... Like, I was very surprised that we found the one that we did. I think we sell it. I love the idea of the tortoise, I just don't see us ever really getting our hands on it. We've already got 2 fire starters. I'll go ahead and sell this extra part. Let me see. I don't need 2 Hollanders, so I guess I'll go ahead and sell this part. Spectre's been doing us pretty well, so I might hang on to those parts just in case we go up against Comstar again. We're more likely to run into Alexander Kerensky's long desiccated corpse before running into another tortoise. Again, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. No, I don't have 2 R60 parts. I have 2 R60s. 2 R60Ps. Like, these are complete mechs that I've just stored in the hold because we're not using them at the moment. I kind of want to sell the Griffin part just for the money, but I also kind of want to keep it in case we run into another Griffin. Let's go ahead and... First, look. If I sell the Periphery Irby, we're only gonna get 380k for it. I'll tell you what. I'll scrap one, but I'm gonna keep this one for posterity. We're not getting rid of all of them. We have to remember where we came from. So I'm gonna keep the 160p just as a reminder. Anyway. Well, first, let's get the Hollander put back together.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander.
Now, we gotta get back into the mech bay. We gotta figure out, okay, so we got the Hollander. I need to refit that. I know it sounds dumb, but hear me out. Right now, we have been running this commando as an LRM boat. What if we just put together the Blackjack Omni and made it a dedicated LRM boat? Because a 50-ton, 55-ton mech with a full complement of LRMs, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, then it goes from being sandpaper to at least somewhat of a threat. Instead of Blackjack LRM, Blackjack mortars. We could do that. The only problem is, think about how useful the fast cam was in the last mission. Like, that fast cam really helped us out. And we don't have fast cam mortar ammo. In fact, I don't know if that even exists. Yeah, that's the thing, or I don't know. If it does exist, I know we don't have any. But let's go ahead, we'll store the commando. The reason I'm storing it instead of scrapping it, for those that don't know, if I scrap this mech, it's going to sell the mech and everything in it. I want the stuff that's in it. So I'm gonna store the commando so that we get all the equipment back, and then I'm gonna sell it. So we're only selling the mech instead of the mech and all the other stuff. God, that sucks. We're only getting 90k for an entire commando. That's actually kind of depressing. And then To replace it, we put together our Blackjack Omni.
That mech you wanted is back online.
So it looks like this one, at least according to what Homeboy was saying, is actually an LRM-20 variant. So it came default like this, which is kind of strange. There is, in fact, fast cam mortar ammo. No shit. Alright. Well, you know what we didn't do when we got here was check the store. So let's go have a look. Maybe we'll get lucky and I'll have some. Let's see. We got battle armor. We got a ballista. For those of you that were here for the last campaign, you'll remember how much work we did with the ballista. Unfortunately, artillery doesn't work quite the way it used to, so... Devastator with AC-20s. Chet, do I spend 2.2 million on an AC-20 Devastator? Liberty? What is the Liberty? Intersphere developed Omnimech technology in the 3050s. A Taurian Concordant watched with interest. Chat, is this mech canon? I don't think I've ever heard. It's exclamation BTA. A fairy set. I'm just curious if the Liberty is actually canon, because I'm very familiar with the Taurian Concordant, and I've never heard of this mech. Fanfic mech? Okay. I mean, I still like the idea of a 65-ton Taurian-made Omni-mech. And also, I have to think, I guess you guys did this during... You must have done this during the BRB, and I missed it. So, I have to thank Cody88 for 500 Bezos bucks, saying I refuse to behave, the bullied. Well, look who's laughing now, Cody. But thank you for the 500 Bezos bucks, and then Digital Arc as well, with a total of 210 Bezos bucks out there dancing in the chat. Thank you, Digital Arc, as well, for the 210 Bezos bucks. As always, you guys don't have to do that. It is not an expectation. It is not a requirement. But I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for supporting me, supporting the stream, and of course, supporting the community, because without you guys, none of this would be possible. Only Liberty vehicle is jump ship class. I mean... 13, almost 14 million, so it's not exactly like we can afford one. It's just I had never seen it before and immediately thought to myself, wait a minute. Oh, shit, they got a Marauder for sale? They got an Antos for sale? Which one is this? This is... Good lord. Chet. That's a lot of medium lasers. Holy shit. Let me see. They got a Tauros. They got a Thunderbolt. They got a Vedette? Is this the AC-10? AC-5 Vedette? I wouldn't mind picking up a Vedette. We could use the vehicle modifications to maybe up-arm it a little bit. We got Manticore as well. This is the LRM version. Looks like. Oh no, it's both. Got a PPC and an LRM and SRMs. I mean, we got some interesting vehicle options, even though they're very expensive. Yeah, I know the Antos is very good. It's also very expensive. 3 million, we have 3.1 million. Do I really want to spend all of the money that we have on a tank? Ernst, I think that's just the cost of doing business. Because we're already getting a 10% discount because we're in Taurian space. So here's what I'm thinking, chat. Well, first of all, let's have a look at the weapons. Let me have a look at all the rest of the stuff before I start deciding on any major purchases. We got some battle armor weapons, got an AMS, but we've already got some AMS. We got an ERPPC, we got a couple of them. They're actually very, very cheap. Might be worth picking up a couple of those. Let's see. We got another snub-nosed PPC. Gauss FCS? Chat? Oh, never mind. We already have some. Never mind. I was thinking about it, and then I realized, hey, wait a minute. It doesn't matter. Let me see. We got some hand actuators, but you can't put hand actuators on an awesome. Jump jets, laser pulse module. What does this do? Originally theorized by the Star League as a possible enhancement to laser technology, the laser pulse module would not become a reality for centuries. Let me see. What does it actually do? Targets standard and ER inner sphere lasers. Adds one or more new fire modes. Oh, so does this just allow us to turn a regular laser into a pulse laser? Modifies the attached weapon's heat generation by +6. Weapon attachment permits the attached weapon to ignore 3 evasion. Weapon adds a 5% jam chance. How does... Chad, how does a laser jam? Inquiring minds want to know. We have the laser zoom array. I was looking for this earlier. So we have the regular zoom array, which works for missiles and ballistics. This is the laser version. Because we're running so many laser boats, I'm gonna buy this, because we can use this. 10% extra range on something, for example, that has a lot of small lasers would be really, really good. Let's see. Lower leg, Jackrabbit. 10% less death from above stability damage. Okay. Plasma FCS. I kind of want, but we don't have any plasma. Piercing AC-10 ammo. Definitely always... Anytime I see piercing AC ammo, I'm always going to buy it. How much Gauss ammo do we have? None. Okay, well, we need to fix that. Definitely going to buy the Gauss ammo. Let me see. What else do we have? Alright, we got some mortar ammo. We got guided mortar ammo. We have Inferno mortar ammo. We have suppressant. What does suppressant ammo do? Deals area of effect damage within 45 meters. Additional AoE is 1 to primary and secondary targets. Okay, so it's just AoE. They just didn't call it AoE. Got it. Okay, alright. I see what you're working with. So, ER medium laser. Again, I was hoping we'd get our hands on some of these, but we really didn't. But buying ER PPCs for less than $500,000, I think, is a great idea because ER PPCs are very, very good. However, that's almost 1 million C-bills. Do we want to spend 1 million C-bills on 2 weapons? Or do we want to spend that money on, potentially, a vehicle? Because we got some options. I could buy an LRM carrier, I could buy the Manticore, we could get the Devastator. I could grab the one of the Drillsons, we could maybe even get 2. We could grab, well, we can't get the Amtos anymore. I could get a Rottweiler, or we could go a little more conservative and grab a Vedette. It's less than 1 million C-bills, and because I have the vehicle modifications turned on, we could definitely modify this to make it a little more effective. Chat seems to want the ERPPCs. And Kajibo says, was watching the campaign on YouTube. How much further is this than after the last upload? If you're watching the ongoing campaign, this is... maybe 4 streams ahead or so? As a matter of fact, hold on, give me a second. I can pull it up and tell you right now. Let me go look at my backlog. Because I have my backlog of VODs that I need to edit, so hold on, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so this is about 4 streams ahead of where the YouTube series currently is. Also save up and do missions. Oh, don't worry, Active Mars. We're gonna be doing more missions. Do we need a vehicle, though? Absolutely. I mean, there are vehicle-only slots that we can use. The reason that I want, like, a dedicated combat vehicle is because right now, all we have is APCs. And APCs are okay, but they don't really do a lot of damage. Like, I would rather have some vehicles that can actually put out some damage as well. Like, this has only got an AC-5 and a machine gun, but an AC-5 that we can post up on a hill somewhere and let it just snipe at people is actually really good, in my opinion. And Erst wasting no time gifted a sub to Gajibo 7609. Thank you, Erst, for the massive generosity, and of course the massive chicken. And Kajibo, welcome into the cult of bad tactical decisions, where we have only one flavor of Kool-Aid, but it is Ecto Cooler. And by the way, if I'm not pronouncing your name right, just let me know. I'm just reading it as I see it, and we all know I'm not good with words. So, fake PC pilots run this town. I mean, you're not wrong. Get the LRM boat vehicle. I mean, we could do that too. Having an LRM carrier would be a good substitute instead. But it's very, very expensive. The reason that I'm looking at the Vedette specifically is because it's less than $1 million. Whereas the LRM carrier, if we were to buy it, is $2.5 million. Wait, what? Okay, there we go, yeah. And, I mean, it's not a bad vehicle by any stretch of the imagination. Like, don't get the wrong idea. This is all Artemis ammo. It's an LRM 60, and it's all Artemis ammo. So, like, this is a very good LRM carrier. It's not bad at all. But again, 2.5 million versus 950k. Carriers are soft targets. Correct. But I wouldn't be putting the LRM carrier in the front anyway. I would absolutely have it in the back, just firing the LRMs. Like, I'm gonna use the mechs for spotting and let the LRM carrier hang in the back, where it's relatively safe. I'll tell you what. Here's what we'll do. I'll put it to a vote. I'll let you guys decide. Let me see. Oh, well, apparently I had caps lock on. Good to know. Let me see. Do this. Hold on. What? I mean, we could instead just buy weapons and stuff. Or... we could just save money. I'm only gonna give you 1 minute, chat, but there you go. The poll is up. If you don't see it, refresh your stream. You should see it at the top of your chat box. I gave you 4 options. We can either buy the tank, for about $1 million. We could buy the LRM carrier for 2.5. We could just spend the money on random weapons and equipment. Or we could just save the money and not buy anything. We have options, check. So I'll let you guys decide. Don't worry, we're still gonna get into it. We're still gonna do missions. We're still gonna be making money. But because we have some money to burn, I figure I'll let you guys decide what you want to do. It's close between the LRM carrier and the money. Although I suspect that there are at least a few of you out there that are just trying to tie it up on purpose. But by a few vote margin, chat says save the monies. Why is weapons a third option? ERPPC should not be left behind. I mean, we have one or two, and we'll get more. Like, we're not in desperate need of ERPPCs. Right now, what we're in need of more than anything else is better mechs. The weapons will come with time. I'm an energy weapon enthusiast. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a ballistic weapons enthusiast. As you can clearly see, the president has equipped me with ballistics. So obviously, I am a ballistic weapons enthusiast. So I get it. I get it. We could have been in debt. I know, but hey, you know what? The voice of reason is occasionally the intrusive thought. Alright then. What we need to do instead, if we're not going to buy anything, is we need to get to the mech bay, and we need to make sure that we get the Hollander underway. Because obviously we're getting rid of the LBX-10. Get out of here. Get out of here. No, God bless America. I want the ammo out. Alright, so this thing has got Pharaoh and Endo. If I put in a Gauss rifle, it's still too heavy. Even with Endo and Pharaoh, it's too heavy. I could remove the medium lasers. Just make it the Gauss rifle with nothing else. Unfortunately, we have to keep the heat sinks, so we're not actually gaining... We're not gaining any tonnage by getting rid of them. So we have to drop armor in order to put in ammo. Can you reduce the engine? Maybe, if we have an engine that we can reduce it with. I could... I mean... With a 145, hold on, let's see. Let me see how this affects our mobility. So with the 175, we're looking at a 5.7. If I put in a 145, we're still looking at a 4.6, which isn't terrible for a sniper platform. Oh no, not just 2 tons of ammo, because now we can remove the heat sinks. Oh no, we need more heat sinks, never mind. I was misreading the interface here. So we need to add 2 more heat sinks, not a big deal, we got room. And yeah. Then that leaves us room for 2 tons of ammo. I forget, it's what, 8 shots? Yeah. So, obviously ammo goes in the feet, but we don't have 2 tons of ammo, chat. I think we gotta pull the Gauss out of the Centurion first. Because that's where the rest of our Gauss ammo is. It's in the Centurion. So, if I pull the Gauss rifle and the ammo, and then we put in I mean, maybe an LBX-10? Maybe an Ultra AC-10? Because remember, the Gauss rifle is 15 tons. The Ultra AC-10 is only 13. So by doing this, we can put in an Ultra AC-10. We could... Do I have any Ultra AC-10 ammo? No, I don't. Well, shit. Do I have any LBX-10 ammo? Because if I don't have that... Okay, we have some LBX-10 cluster, which is going to take this thing from being a long-range platform to being a much shorter-range platform. I'm okay with that. Ultra AC-5? I don't have any Ultra AC-5 ammo either. Well, I wasn't looking at Ultra Cannon ammo, but let's head to the store. Let's head to the store and see what kind of ammo we have. 4 ballistics, please. Yeah, we got jack and shit. So basically what we have is what we have. Homelander has solid shot. Maybe. I wasn't paying attention to what kind of ammo it had, but we can definitely check. Yeah, it's got cluster and slug. So... Okay. This sucks, though, because... we would have to refit one, let it take all the stuff off, then refit the other. Unless... Hold on. Hold on. If I just pull the slug ammo, that costs us 0 days. If I pull the cluster ammo, also 0 days. Okay. We pull the ammo off the Hollander. It should finish instantly.
Job's done, Commander.
Okay, that's done. Now we can go back to the Centurion. We can pull the Gauss rifle. We downgrade the... No, wait. We didn't downgrade the engine on this one. We didn't get that far. We didn't get that far. Okay, then we put in the LBX-10. Now the Centurion has improved targeting. So using an LBX, which already has better accuracy, and then giving it cluster and slug ammo, so that we've got essentially the best for both worlds. Because I can say, give me slug ammo, give me cluster ammo. How many shots per? 10 ammunition and 10 ammunition. I mean, that's 20 rounds of shooting. That's 20 rounds of shooting. Do we have an FCS for the autocannon? We do not, unfortunately. I do have the magnification array that could potentially make it better. We could put an Apollo on the MRM, or, chat, hear me out. Hear me out. Maybe we upgrade the MRM-10 to an MRM-20. Need more MRM ammo? I mean, not necessarily. Because this has got 200 ammo. That gives us 10 rounds of shooting with this. And we've got 20 rounds of shooting with the autocannon. So the MRMs would just be like a once in a while kind of thing. Like, I wouldn't fire it every turn, I would just fire it when we need it. Because if we go back to the MRM-10... Or, hold on. We do this. We go with 2 MRM-10s because technically that saves us a ton. And then that ton, we dump into ammo. That also gives us the option of select firing if we need to. Not that I think we would, but Brewster says cheese. I disagree. It's not cheese, and I'll tell you why. Because the advantage here is you're taking advantage of having 2 missile hardpoints. Not every mech is going to have 2 missile hardpoints. Sometimes you only have 1 hardpoint for any particular weapon system. So it's not necessarily cheese, it's more like if you have a mech with enough space that you've got 2 hardpoints instead of 1, the advantage is that you can get a little bit of weight savings by splitting up your launchers. Now, there's the disadvantage of, say I wanted to use the Apollo system to make these more accurate. Well, if I do that, then now I have to have 2 Apollo systems, which is going to cost me 2 tons instead of just 1. Whereas if this was an MRM-20, I would only need 1 Apollo system for the entire rack. So it feels a little cheesy, but at the same time, there are trade-offs. And because the Centurion has the hard points for it, I don't feel like that's cheese. Yeah, it's the classic 2 LRM-5 saves 1 ton versus the LRM-10, which you can then use for specialized ammo. And Urst gifting us up to Savage Sig? Question mark? Let me know if I'm not pronouncing that right. But good to see you, Savage Sig. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday. Hopefully the weekend is treating you well. And Urst, thank you for the gifted sub. Of course, Savage, welcome into the cult of bad tactical decisions where we have only 1 flavor of Kool-Aid, but it is Ecto Cooler. 3 main weapons is okay if you have a multi-shot pilot. I mean, that's the other thing. Like, there are some, for example, if you have breaching shot requires that you only fire 1 weapon. Well, if you wanted to use breaching shot effectively, you would put in a single MRM-20 instead of an MRM-10. Again, lots and lots of edge cases for why 2 weapon systems is not always better than 1. But anyway, chat, this is, I think, pretty good. We got the LBX-10 with slug and cluster ammo. We got more MRM damage coming through the pipeline. We haven't really changed up the design all that much, so I think this is a good refit. It's only going to take us 5 days and 10k. Let's get that one underway.
Right.
And then
I'll get it in the schedule.
We can get back over here to Crappy's Hollander and replace the LBX-10 that it has with a Gauss rifle instead. So, we're gonna have to drop the medium lasers. If I remember right, we also had to downgrade to the 140 core, which then gives us ammo for 2 tons of Gauss. That's gonna kind of pigeonhole Crappy though, because now he's line of sight only. Damn. So yeah, he's basically line of sight only. I mean, Crappy, I don't have the ability to put that in there. The only way I could do it is if I drop more armor. Like, I would have to find a way to drop 1 ton of armor. In order to give you the FCS. And I honestly don't see a way to do that without making you dangerously exposed to enemy fire. Because, like, even doing this and reducing the armor to, like, A level that I am not comfortable with. Drop the engine again? I mean, if we drop it down to a 120, that's making you a 3.5. XL engine, oh my god. It's a 35-ton mech. Are you gonna spend the rest of the campaign in this fucking thing? Because if not... Alright, so if we put the 120 in it, that's gonna make you a 3.5. I can put the Gauss FCS on it to increase the accuracy. Do we have anything else, like a targeting computer? I mean, we got this, grants breaching shut. I mean, this is literally the perfect thing for a mech like this. Two tons. Yeah, no, I get it. So we could do this. And then we do the XL engine. And then I can up the armor. And we need one more heat sink, because of course we do. That is literally all the crit slots. There are no more crit slots. We have filled this thing up. So it's gonna be slow. If I max out the armor, it's gonna be too heavy, but that's okay. Do you need your hands? Technically no, but the hands are free. They don't weigh anything. So taking them off would not actually help us at all. I mean, the Hollander is a glass cannon. Like, it's... I'm okay with the Hollander being a glass cannon because that's literally what it's meant to be. Want to upgrade to a Hollander too? I mean, I want unlimited money, but we're not going to get what we want. We have to find a Hollander too. Again, you're going to have to fight with the weapons you have, not the weapons you want. Are we good with this, chap? I mean, if somebody sneaks up on this dude, he's basically toast. If we hit a Thunderbolt that one-shots us with LRM spam, well, that's the danger of this platform. That's the danger of this platform. It has to, like, because we're using the Gauss, it has to have line of sight, which means somebody on the enemy team is gonna see it. And if somebody on the enemy team is gonna see it, that means they can shoot at it. So, I mean, Crappy is aware of that and is willing to take... He's willing to take the chance. So... This is the most Hollander we've ever Hollandered. Again, I'm willing to put the XL engine in this thing because this is gonna be his ride. He's not getting another mech after this one. Unless we're very deep into the late game and we just happen to need to upgrade and happen to have the means to do it. Now, I'm upgrade this mech. But this is his steed from now on. This is the mech crap he dies in. If it comes to that, yes. This is gonna be his nag. And he is gonna ride it every mission, or every mission that I put him in. Come on, Krabby, we need a name. It's bad luck to have a horse without a name. Honestly, Erst, I think that is beautiful. And also relevant because Metal Gear Solid Triangle just came out. Yeah, the end. Because it's gonna be his end. He's gonna die in this thing one way or another. So, yeah. And also it's a sniper mag. It's the end. It has layers, chat. It has layers. I can't believe I'm doing this, but we're doing it. We're doing it.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
Also, I don't know why I find it amusing that this paint job has the red hands, but I do find it amusing. Not saving the XL for a junior. Get the fuck out of here, Track Tension. Look, if I get a junior somehow and then actually put it together for some reason, if I go to use it, you guys need to call the police because I'm clearly having a stroke and I need immediate medical assistance, okay? If you ever see me try to take a junior into a mission that I don't get forced into using, call for help. Anyway, chat. Let's see. Technically, we can finish the mech-based stuff before the next financial report. However, my concern is that if we wait another 12 days, the flare-up may not be available. Oh no, don't misunderstand, Kajibo. I may have served with the Van Zant militia, but I don't call that home. I live there now. I didn't always. Wasn't born there. That's just where I hang my hat today. I guess, we can look to see if we have any vehicle pilots in the hiring hall. We do, but they already have a skill.
Ready for orders.
And we don't do that here. Oh.
Aye, aye.
Alright. We got a vehicle pilot, chat. Do we hire the vehicle pilot? We don't technically need a vehicle pilot right now. But I am gonna buy more vehicles. Don't forget, Wasteland is out of the hospital in like a week.
New mech warriors available.
I'm gonna hire him, but here's what I'm gonna do. Chat. Where are you at? You're in here somewhere. There you go.
Standing by.
I almost don't want to name this guy because he might be on the bench for a while. Nah, fuck it. Them's the breaks. Who's next on the list? Let me see. Let me see who's next on the donkey roster. Looks like Black Hydra is the next name on the list. So Black Hydra, fitting because their call sign was already Viper. Somehow, it seems as if it were fate. And I see a yes now. Hydration incoming. You are indeed, Black Hydra. You are the next name on the list. So there you go. You are now our next vehicle pilot. Also, Darius was complaining that we got people with experience. So let me make sure that we do that.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Go ahead and get Crappy up to level 5 on all his skills. So Crappy, go ahead and decide what you want to do with your next skill.
Mech
Or
warrior
which
training
which
complete.
tree you would like to
Receiving
start
you.
going down on the skill tree.
Training complete.
Dragon Master, I think I saw in the chat earlier. But Dragon Master, if you're out there, you are also up to pick your next skill.
Aye, aye.
Looks like King Bob as well. We
Training
haven't seen
confirmed,
King Bob today. At least I don't think. Let me double check. He might be out there. He's a lurker. He's a lurker. Nope. Have not seen King Bob today. That's okay. Then AFP rolling into the chat on a Sunday, repriming for a... Good lord, chat, I got the hiccups. Repriming for a 15th month with an afternoon, folks. Good to see AFP. Thanks for dropping by. Hopefully the weekend has been treating you well so far. And, yeah. We're doing alright so far. Doing alright so far. But thank you for the 15 months of support. Over a year in the cult of bad tactical decisions. With the Prime sub. Let me see, what was I doing? I was doing something. Chat, I'm lost, I forget. Oh, right. I was checking to see if King Bob was in the chat. He was not. Megas is not ready yet. Oh, we got Mythion as well. I haven't seen Mythion in a hot minute, but we may need to go ahead and upgrade them. CVEX is also up next. I tell you what, because CVEX has got the tactics, I'm gonna go ahead and put another point into that because CVEX is very quickly, especially in the Ben Richards, CVEX is kind of becoming our scout, like our designated
Mech
scout.
warrior training complete.
Let's see.
Come,
Erst,
Nerevar, friend or traitor,
get you
come.
up to level 5 in
Training
all your
complete.
skills.
Yes, Commander.
Vio's ready to go. I thought I saw Vio out there somewhere. Vio, if you're out there, you're up.
Confirmed.
And same with Vin. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I saw Vio earlier. I did. Alright, did I see Vin? I did. Okay. See, y'all think I'm not watching, but I am. What's the capstone for gunnery? Let me see. For gunnery, if you go all the way down the tree, you get either stone cold or overwhelming aggression, depending on whether you're driving a mech or a vehicle. Most folks are going to be a mech pilot, so you get stone cold. Supercharge your cooling system for a turn, gaining 60 heat dissipation at the cost of responsiveness. Your initiative is reduced by 2 for 2 turns. Does not end your turn. So, like, for example, if you're overheating, or if you just, like, if you're in one of those mechs that runs hot and you're not able to full alpha, Stone Cold can be really, really good for, you know, for example, if you have an awesome and you're already running hot and you have 4 PPCs, you can then run Stone Cold and blast somebody with 4 PPCs at point blank. Yeah, it's not very good for you. And the thing is, you don't need the gunnery skill.
I hear. Ready for orders.
You went down gunnery and tactics. Tactics is probably going to be better for you as a sniper, because you get Eagle Eye as the capstone, where you gain 25% boost to sensor, sight, all weapon long and max range brackets, and a 2.5% called shot bonus. Like, this is literally for you. As a sniper, Eagle Eye is the ability that you want. But that doesn't mean that you can't also go down gunnery. Like, tactics is gonna be better for long range, like, gives you better resolve regeneration. Once you get up here, you've got Master Tactician, Knife Fighter, Bombardier, like... Yeah, I would focus on the tactics tree, but you're also gonna need gunnery skill.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Alright. Kajivo, Mech HQ, do you mean Mega Mech? In which case, yes, we have quite a few folks here in the community that play Mega Mech.
Aye, aye. Orders. Ready for orders.
Alright, well, I haven't heard or seen anybody else
Standing by.
telling me what they want to do out here in the chat, so
Standing by.
I'm gonna have to start making the decision for other people. Let me see. King Bob, being that he's been driving an APC and tanking, I feel like Guts is probably gonna be the best thing for him. Ankled Armor, the tank is being piloted by a defensive mastermind. Their skill behind the wheel grants the tank additional hit defense, as they know how best to angle the tank's armor for maximum effectiveness. We could also go with target prediction. Oh, no, we can't. We can do target painting instead. This unit uses a high-powered targeting laser to paint an enemy target instead of firing weapons. Player units gain +3 hit chance against that target for 2 turns. Has a 500-meter range, 4-turn cooldown. Because piloting and gunnery are not as important for a vehicle pilot. Like, guts and tactics are kind of where you want to focus. I mean, to be honest, we could buy both. So we'll take angled armor, and I'll take target painting. Because the thing is, in an APC, he's not gonna be, like, yes, he's gonna do damage with the lasers and the machine guns, but ultimately, at the end of the day, being able to paint targets so that our people can hit him with the big guns is gonna be more useful in the grand scheme of things.
Mech warrior training complete.
Let's see. Mythion, I never did see in the chat, so chat, we got, good lord, Mythion has got a shitload of experience. Alright, chat, how do you want to do this? How are we building Mythion? Let's see. So far, they've been in an Owens, so largely fast, runny boy. Capstone to gunnery on vehicle crew is a flat-out 10% increase in damage. Let's see. Overwhelming aggression. The tank crew is such masters of their tank they can squeeze extra firepower out of the guns, getting a +10 flat damage to bonus. That's actually very good. Train him wrong, it's a joke. I mean... let's see. I mean, we can do sure movement. Always good for a fast and agile person. They also just gain entrenched in general. So yeah, I'm good with sure movement. It's a very good ability. And again, like, gunnery and piloting is not a bad combo. Guts and tactics are much more situational. Whereas gunnery and piloting you can kind of put in any mech and generally be good. But yeah, maybe we do target prediction as well. So that instead of... I mean, we could either do sensor lock or target prediction. Both are very good for a scout. And Travis roll into the chat on a Sunday/Monday in the land down under. Good to see you. Glad to have you. Hopefully the weekend treated you well and you're not too hungover. As we all know, the Australian people, they like to party. But rolling into the chat with a g'day, cunt. Always glad to see you, Travis. Thanks for hanging out with us. Glad you could make it, even if it's super early in the morning. I tell you what, let's go scout, and I'm gonna do target prediction. Because target prediction just gives everybody more accuracy, and that's gonna be great for a scout.
Training complete.
Now, here's the thing. Because Mythion has been in the back line for so long, we can actually basically get him up to level 5 and everything right away. Because Mythion, I've been waiting on to show up for a little while, but they just haven't been here, so... let me see. We took care of CVEX.
Come, Nerevar.
Orders.
Then we got Vio and Vin. Did either one of them chime in with how they wanted to build their character? Because if not, I'm just going to make the decision for them. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not seeing either one of them piping up, so... Alright, chat. We're gonna have to make the decision for him. Oh, wait, no. No. Well, god damn it, Mythion, it's too late now. Alright, Vio, you're up.
Commander.
You got enough for one ability. It's up to you to decide. Oh, you're good. Unlike what chat was suggesting, Mythion, I did not build your character badly on purpose. but so far, Vio has been building piloting and guts. We went ahead and gave him an extra point of gunnery just so that he'd be able to hit stuff. The abilities, you can get both of these, but if you want to look at the capstones, Guts level 10 is defensive formation. You gain a flat 20% damage reduction for lance mates, does not affect you. The damage reduction lasts for 2 turns with a 4-turn cooldown and does not end the turn. So basically this just allows you to make everyone else on the team tankier, but you don't get that bonus. And then on piloting level 10 you get Lightfoot, which means superior piloting skill lets you use waypoint movement to plot a perfect path during a sprint, as well as ignore landmines. Yeah, Mythion, I went with piloting and tactics, because you're kind of in a scout role, so the ability to get where you need to go faster and the ability to get intel is what seems like the best fit for a scout. Kind of like the Lightfoot. I mean, we can go down the piloting tree.
Mech warrior training complete.
And then last but not least, we got Vin, who is in chat but has not piped up. So I think I'm just going to drop a point into piloting for Vin.
Training complete.
And there we go. Alright, that's everybody leveled up. We still gotta wait a little bit in the mech bay. I think maybe we wait the 5 days for the Centurion. And then after that, we'll have to take another mission. Let's see. Crappy Sniper approaches you on the mess deck. Commander, you know how Wasteland is sidelined in medbay? I've been visiting, trying to keep his morale up, and he's really messed up. He thinks the injury was his own fault. Maybe you could do something. Resting a hand on Crappy's shoulder, you say, "Thanks for letting me know. I'll see what I could do." I mean, if I had a library, I'd be more than happy to deliver entertainment, but we don't. I have no problem visiting Wasteland in the medbay. I mean, I got blown up and still had time to get into medbay and back out in the time that he has been there. Later in the day, you arrive in the medbay and find Wasteland in bed, just staring at the ceiling. "Hey, Commander, I didn't expect you to come by. I need you back on your feet, Wasteland. This happens to mech warriors, but it's just bad luck. It doesn't mean anything." "Yeah, I guess so. Good. Recover fast, because you got work to do." Wasteland cracks a smile. "Will do, Commander." High spirits for 30 days, which doesn't matter because he's going to spend 8 of those days in medbay. Remember to move the animal out of the arms of the blackjack. Oh, that's right. We still got to do the stuff for the blackjack. I forgot about that. Poop. I completely forgot about that. I was so enamored with the Hollander and the Centurion, I completely forgot about the blackjack. Hopefully, just moving the ammo, yeah, it should be instantaneous. Oh, wait. I can't move the ammo out of the arms because the jump jets are locked in the legs. Dicks. And it's an XL engine. So putting the ammo in the side torso is asking for disaster. First, XL engine. If I put it in the side... It literally says XL engine. Ammo in the head? I mean... Fuck it, put it in the torso too. Why not? Okay, so, then the point is, if putting the ammo in the torso will fuck it either way, why does it matter if it's in the arms? Like, I would have put the ammo in the feet, but the feet are taken up by jump jets, so I can't. So it doesn't matter whether I put the ammo in the torso or the arms. Less likely to be crit in the side torso. I mean, I guess. I still don't like it. Can we get case? I mean, I don't think I have case, but... Yeah, I don't have case. Oh no, I do. I have one. Which is gonna be half a ton that I don't have. I mean, I think I'm seeing now... I'm seeing now why people don't like the Blackjack Omni in BTA. Because if you put any ammo in it at all, you've basically destroyed the mech. Like, whether you use ballistics, whether you use missiles, like, if you have anything with an ammo bin, you have basically destroyed the mech. Let's see. No, Black Hydra, you do not. I have intentionally made sure that nobody has any pre-picked skills, so that everyone has freedom in deciding how they build their character. I think the move here is gonna be to make this another laser boat. And I know, we're kind of just... We're playing the hits over and over again. But at the same time, with this specific design, the inability to put the ammo anywhere safer means that using any kind of volatile ammo is a bad idea. I'm sorry, what? Is this the worst design? It feels like the worst design. The heat efficiency goes out the window. Oh god. I mean, it has a double heatsink kit by default. So theoretically, like, I could put more double heatsinks in here. Still only gets us down to 16. Okay, so maybe if instead of heavy PPCs, we go with, well, we've only got one ER PPC. I feel like one snub nose, one shot. I mean, maybe we go with a shotgun and a regular ER PPC. So we got the ER PPC for long range, and then we got the shotgun if they get in close. I got a feeling this thing's gonna be getting blown up pretty often, though. We got a lot of large lasers. What's the movement profile on this? 4-6. Alright. So maybe... we do something like this. And maybe that. And that. Remove the Frank's Red Hot. And what's our heat look like? -12. Okay. Alright. Hold on. So maybe we put the mediums back. Okay. We're still 8 over. But that's only if we fire the mediums. The mediums would just be a close range deal, where we wouldn't really use them unless we were at point blank range. Add support systems? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe support systems isn't the worst idea. Hold on. Hold on, chat. We're getting the heresy here. We're doing a heresy. That's what I'm looking for. I'm sorry? Not permitted in this location. Okay. So here's what we do. We put in the laser zoom array, right? Laser zoom array gives us an extra 10% maximum range. But that's only 0.5 tons. Okay, so we still got a ton to play with. What do we do with that ton? If I take out this medium laser, then we got 2 tons to play with. What do I have? Do I have any kind of FCS? No. I have one more laser insulator, but that's only gonna work for one laser armor. Yet no, I know armor is the default. I get it. I heard you. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that we can potentially put in this thing before I go trying to max out the armor. AMS, nah. Low arms. I don't think it'll let me. I will if it'll let me though, I'll do it. Nah, it won't. Yeah, the blackjack doesn't let you do it. How much do fuzzy dice weigh? At least half a ton. Maybe put them in the side torso. I mean, because of it, like, we're not actually getting any because we don't have the lower arm, we don't get any accuracy bonus, so yeah. Maybe put it in the side torso so that we're spreading the weapons out a little bit more. Nah, unfortunately I don't have a heat exchanger. We saw one in the shop before we left, but I didn't grab it. I grabbed the supercharger instead. Yeah, I mean, 2 tons of armor. Yeah. Let's see. Take a little armor off the back. Little armor off the arms. I mean, that's not terrible. And Troubleshooter gifting us up to Largo M1. Or Largam. I'm not sure. I'm reading it as Largo M1. But thank you, Troubleshooter, for gifting a sub. And Largo, welcome into the cult of bad tactical decisions. Chat, are we good with this? Does this look acceptable? 4 large lasers that we could potentially upgrade to ER variants in the future. As a matter of fact, do I have any ER large lasers at the moment? I do have 2. It's the same weight, right? Yeah, so it's just some extra heat. So put the ER larges in the torso. And we're only at +2. I think that's very manageable. I think +2 is very, very manageable. Then again, hold on. What's the extra range that we get on this? Because, so with the large laser, we get +1 accuracy. For this, we also get the +1 accuracy, but we also get an extra 20% chance to deal criticals. Now, here's the thing though. we have the laser zoom array, which gives us an extra 10% max range. So this has got a max range of 840, this has got a range of 600. So by using the laser zoom array, we're not quite up to the range of the ER large, but this pushes the ER large out past 900 meters, which is an insane range for a laser. So basically, we've got these 900-meter large lasers, and then once they close to within 6, maybe 700 meters, then we can start hitting them with the other pair of large lasers. Ernst wants to claim this. Well, then my immediate question becomes, if you're claiming this mech, are you prepared to die in it? And I don't mean that in the are you prepared to die sense, because I know you're gonna say yes. What I mean is, are you prepared to take this mech as your lawful wedded wife to have and to hold in sickness and in health as long as you both shall live? Because I'm willing to give Crappy the Hollander, because that's gonna be his mech. I don't know, I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any names that, like, stand out to me. I haven't seen any names that stand out. It's alright, we'll just go ahead and leave it as a Blackjack Omni for now.
Logged and noted. Shouldn't be too hard.
Alright, that should only take us 1 day, so let me go ahead and get that put to the top just so that it's done. And then let us see if I can make it 4 days to the Centurion. No, back up.